All right, we are headed to the switch plate. A couple things to notice right off the bat. Number one, it's in inches, not millimeters. And so we got to kind of pay close attention to that. And we're going to be introducing a couple new tools today, the most important of which is called the shell tool. But first, pretty easy drawing, really, just a rectangle, 5 inches high, about 3 7/8 wide, and then we push-pull that, extrude it to 0.375, which is 3/8, and then put a fillet on there, cut some stuff out, shell it, all that good stuff. So let's head to Fusion. Okay, let me turn my origin on. I'm going to change my document settings here so that we can be in inches. You should do the same there. So I opened up document settings, clicked on this little paper and pencil, and then I got it over to inches. And we're going to create our sketch in the front plane. Create sketch, and then we are going to do not just a normal rectangle, but a center point rectangle. And we'll take it up something like this. It wants to know the width first. So that is 3.875. Then I hit tab, and that's just 5. Then I can hit enter, and that locks us in place. And we're good there. And we're going to extrude that. Take it back, and that was 0.375. Okay, and then we're going to hit fillet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this whole surface. And then what it knows to do, Fusion that is then to fill it all the way around it. So I'm going to click on this, and then let's go back and look what that radius was on that. 0.25, so a 1/4 inch. And you can see it goes all the way around. That's exactly what I want. All right, and now we're ready to shell this. So what we're going to do is get to the back. See how it's all solid right now? And this is really a tool for if this was a part that you're going to make. When it comes to production, you don't want everything solid. You want to start, kind of thinning things out to use as little material as possible. So we're going to click on Modify, and we want shell. I guess that was right there, but either way. And we're going to hollow out the back, and what we want left is 0.1. So we want our wall to be 0.1. So I'm going to shell this surface inside thickness. So that's asking me what the thickness of that wall is. Okay, so I'm going to select all there, and I'm going to hit 0.1. So that's 1/10 of an inch. And I'm going to hit OK. And that's exactly what we want. So we are done shelling. And now what we're going to do is make that little square cutout, this, and the holes. And so we'll do that now. We're going to head back here. Right click on that to create a new sketch on the front of this switch plate. And we're going to go back to rectangle and do another center point rectangle. And this time it is 1 1/8 by 1/2 inch. Okay, so that half, and then I hit tab, 1.125. Okay, and then I'm going to hit enter. There's my rectangle. And now we need to create a point where these are going to go up here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit search and start typing for point. We're going to add a point up here. And notice I have it kind of purposely not even close to where I want it to be. And then what we're going to do is we are going to dimension it and say that from here to this top edge, we want it to be 0.75. Right, and then I want it to be in line with this. So I'm going to, I think this works. Okay, I got an error down here. So I just need to use the horizontal vertical instead. I never remember which one to use. And then we get it in place where we want it to be. Okay. And now we want to mirror it down here. And so I'm going to get a construction line to do that. Just go over here somewhere. Alright, create a mirror. What am I mirroring? That point, mirror line, that construction line I just made, and we are good there. Alright, so we are done with this sketch. We can go back to this home view, we're just going to extrude this out real quick. Take it all the way out. So I push it back to the distance. I switch to all and hit OK. And now that's out of there. And then we're going to put those holes on there. So what we want to do is bring that back to life so that I can see my points up there. And this hole has all these dimensions, but I believe that's a number 6 hole. So let's see if we can figure that out. Here is our hole tool. And this time what we want is not a simple hole, not a counterbore. We do want a countersink for the type of screw that attaches a wall plate to a fixture. And we want a clearance hole because the screw's not going to actually thread into this. It's going to go through this and then thread into the switch. And that's fine. That can all stay there. Distance we can get to in a second, but first we want to tell it there and there. All right. That's fine at 0.10, telling it we want it to go all the way through. Let me move this guy for a second. We don't want that. We're going to be, because we're in now the standard system. Let's go down to number 6. And that is exactly what we want to be. So ANSI, this unified screw threads, and then flathead machine screws, just fine. We could change that to oval head if we want. That's probably what you use more often on a wall switch. You can see it reset my size back to 0. So again, we want to get to number 6. Okay, and that gets us what we want, normal fit, and that is exactly what we want. Hit OK. And now I've got those two done, and I am done with this switch plate, I believe. Okay, good. Last thing we need to do is change it into ABS plastic, which we've done before. So I will leave you guys to it, and that's it for this video.